Y'all, it's like 5:13 a.m. I'm like here. And I just have some things I wanted to talk about based off of my current spiritual expeditions. Um, so I used to believe that not too long ago, in fact, I used to believe very strongly that there was no such thing as a coincidence. I used to be one of those people that thought, okay, you come into this world and you kind of sign a soul contract and you are predestined for certain things. And then I had to really examine that because of my own life experience. And I realized that there are some things that you kind of come into, you choose before you get here, right? You choose like your parents, you choose your earth family. But as far as choosing like how your life unfolds, I don't think we really choose that. I think that that happens through, of course, it's a very important decision who our family is, because that will determine how things unfold. But considering the fact that we're all operating under free will, right? Or at least we should be. At least we should be. Now, some people decide that they want to try to manipulate others' free will, and that is a very dangerous game, especially when done with insidious intentions. Which, I mean, you're messing with someone's free will, so it's always insidious. But what I realize, y'all, is that there are certain things that we do indeed choose. But once we're here, there's many paths that can unfold for us because we're all operating under free will. So, for instance, our parents, right? The decisions they make in exercising their free will impact us when we don't really have the ability to exercise our own free will. There is a part of your life where you are at the mercy of the free will of others, namely your parents or whoever is the adult over your life, right? And those foundational years really are important because in this human experience, those first 7 years they really define a lot of your emotional structure, emotional responses, and depending on how those years are conditioned, it can really either strengthen your future or hinder you severely, right? So the thing is, though, y'all, everyone has, no one escapes the long arm of justice, universal justice. So even though we're all exercising free will, our choices are always being weighed. You know, the scales always have to balance. Um, but one thing that I want to impart on y'all is that once you become a certain age, right, and you realize, oh my goodness, like those formative years for me were tanked, like they tanked for one reason or whatever. You know, those first 7 years of my life was just not conducive of me having a strong foundation, and it shows. It shows. You feel it. You see it. You know, yeah, you're an adult, but you're still trying to balance some things. And it's like, man, I just don't. I want to encourage y'all to know that it's never too late to clean your palate. Clean your palate. What really gets damaged when we, in those years, is not just our vessel, it is really our soul body. It is really our aura and our spiritual body. It becomes weakened, it becomes fractionated light. And if left unhealed, you are living your life, y'all. You're living your life spiritual energy, leaking spiritual energy. And when you're leaking spiritual energy, you attract things that continue to feast on that spiritual energy that's leaking, whether it's people, situations, opportunities. It feasts on that leaking. So you have to take control of yourself, take control of your spiritual body. And sometimes that can be hard because it's like, I don't even see my spiritual body, but you can see the result of your spiritual body having leakage because of the things that are not conditioned correctly. Don't ever buy into the narrative that you were brought here to suffer. We were not brought here to suffer. Suffering is something that is very, 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 very conducive of this earth plane, right? And the people who have conditioned us to believe that somehow suffering is a part of the story. Now, life lessons are important in your soul journey, but pure, utter suffering, no, y'all, no, no. It is a result of somewhere along the line, there is an abuse of power that resulted in that suffering. And the course correction has not occurred. So the suffering endures and the suffering multiplies. But again, this is where you have to wipe your palate clean. Wipe your palate clean through the simple herbs that are amongst us. The simple science, technology, herbal technology that is readily available, at least right now. I think the saying goes, suffering endures and joy cometh in the morning. Y'all, it's real. If you take your power back by cleaning your palate, and by cleaning your palate, I mean literally cleansing your spiritual self, spiritual body, deep cleansing your spiritual body. If you take your power back, I promise you the things that you are conditioned to accept right now will not be. You will change. People will not even recognize you. Your temperament will change. Your aura will change. Your shine will change because you are fixing your energy leak. And don't think because you've been leaking for decades that it's just too far gone. The beautiful thing about our creator is that all we need to do is a little bit, man. All we need to do is a little bit, and our creator completes the rest. Never forget that. All right. Bye, y'all.